You know that VR shit? Like, you put on the headset and you're playing this virtual reality game? Well, for Capcom at least, that's some baby shit right there. We're in the year 2021, but these guys are in 2031 because, god damn, they're breaking the ground with their new form of VR, XR. So yeah, it turns out Capcom were trying to break into the VR world with what's probably one of the coolest amusement park attraction ideas I've ever heard. Monster Hunter World, Iceborne, XR, Walk. It's a mouthful, I know. It was supposed to be available to the public March 30th, 2020, and then last until August 30th the same year, but the pandemics most likely put this project in the grave. Because of this, there's not really any footage or pictures of the ride outside of some promotional art and some diagrams showing how the ride would have worked. From what I gathered, it would be an actual walk where you'd be strapped into one of these guys and then be sent on your way to fight all the monsters your heart desires for like 25 minutes. You could actually choose different weapons to use too. The sword, longsword, hammer, axe, and heavy bowgun were all available to use. This thing actually had a story too. You'd start at the game's headquarters of Seliana, where you find an injured hunter who asks you to find their friends at Hoarfrost Reach. After just sticking around for a little while, you find Velkhana, and you beat the shit out of them, just like how God intended. Like all amusement parks, this attraction was just a ploy to get you to spend money on the merchandise. I'll have it all scrolling across the screen, but a lot of this stuff I wouldn't mind owning myself. My favorite is probably this little Palico statue. I mean, look at this guy. He's just happy to be here. I'm actually not sure if any of this stuff was actually sold due to COVID. Maybe they're just rotting in a warehouse right now. I don't know. One thing I'm really sad about is that they actually made PS4 exclusive armor themed after the attraction in Monster Hunter World itself. But it was never released as far as I can tell. When you go up to the ride, they'd give you a little receipt with a code on it that you could put into the game. That Palico statue I just showed you? Yeah, he could have actually followed you around in-game. Even though us Americans probably were never going to get it because it was just going to be a Japan exclusive thing, I feel like they still could have released it online, but they're just waiting just in case they can open the attraction back up. But really, at the end of the day, even though it's sad to see something this cool ended up not happening, we should be happy because passing around VR headsets in the middle of a pandemic sounds like one of the worst ideas ever thought of. Plus, can you imagine how annoying it would have been for the employees to sanitize every single piece of VR equipment between uses? Like, goddamn.